whoa, people actually do that? That's crazy. Like, I just thought it was an Instagram thing. Like, this lifestyle makes it very easy to go see my niece and my family, and I love that. I can just sit here and enjoy whatever view is wherever I'm parked, and I love it. If this is what you think the dream is, why aren't you doing it? Hi, I'm Amanda. Let's go take a tour. And here we are in my kitchen. So let me show you what it's all about. This is Abram. This is where I keep all of my vitamins and supplements. So I keep my skincare stuff in here and my toothbrush, everything I need to get ready and start the day, and everything that I need to end my day. Okay, and here in this cabinet, I have my pantry and some of my dishes. My dishes are kind of scattered around everywhere in the van. This is my junk drawer. Every home needs a junk drawer. I keep pretty much everything in there. So I have a 2-burner domestic stove, and this is my little tea kettle. I use it. I have never made tea in this van yet. I love tea, but I haven't used it for tea. I use it for making my water hot to wash my face, making my water hot to wash my dishes, and also to make coffee. Up here are my spices. And I don't have very many. I'm not a huge cook, but I make do in here. It's perfect for me. I've never needed a big kitchen, so all I need is a pan, my stove, a couple utensils, a couple spices, and we're good. I have a Dinette mini fridge, and it probably holds about a week's worth of my food. So I have my sink, and there's a water pump and the fresh tank that's stored underneath my bed. I turn the water on here, and the fresh tank under my bed holds 10 gallons. It drains right into the gray water tank, which is in this cupboard, and that's how I empty my gray tank. I have a cupboard down here that's under my stove. I just keep that for extra storage. And this is a picture of my beautiful niece. She is almost 4 years old, and one of the big reasons that I love to travel is her dad, my brother, he's active duty Army, and he gets stationed all around the country. So I am often traveling to different states to go visit them. So this lifestyle makes it very easy to go see my niece and my family, and I love that. So what started me on the van life journey was a few years ago. I started following van lifers on Instagram, just admiring the lifestyle and how they could just be wherever they wanted to be and explore our beautiful country. So that I never really saw that as a possibility for myself, but whenever I found out that I was being deployed with the Army, I decided to take a long road trip before we left, and I went out west to Arizona, Utah, Montana. I saw as much as I could. I just loved every second of it, and while I was out there, I actually saw vans on the road, and the first one I saw, I knew. I was like, whoa, people actually do that? That's crazy. Like, I just thought it was an Instagram thing. Like, so reality hit me, and I was like, whoa, people actually build these vans and buy these vans and live in these vans. So I was like, maybe I could actually do that one day. While I was gone, I was trying to think of what I was going to do when I got home. What were my plans? Especially because that's what people ask. Where are you going to live when you get home? Where are you going to work? What will you be doing? I didn't really have an answer at first because I couldn't fathom continuing to waste so much money in rent, because rent is outrageous right now. And I also wasn't ready to put roots down somewhere. I didn't see myself in a single place for a long period of time. I was still like in that travel mode. Like, I just wanted to see the country, the world. There's just so much to do right now that I couldn't see myself paying that much money in a mortgage to be tied down to one area, because I knew that I would not be there most of the year. So I had a really good friend overseas that was helping me on my van search, and it was probably the 500th van that she sent me in a month. And as soon as I saw it, I knew it was the one. I loved the colors of the wood, the colors of the walls, just like everything popped out to me, and it was so simple but also so unique and beautiful that I was like, that's the one. And that's when I got on the phone with Kelly, and she gave me a virtual tour of the van. I decided that that's what I wanted to do when I got home. And we talked on the phone. She gave me advice about financing. I was able to save up enough money on deployment to cover half the cost of the van, so I just needed to cover the rest through a loan. And she recommended Lightstream, which is a company online that you can find that you fill out a questionnaire and they get back to you within, I think it was the next day that I was approved for the loan. I made the phone call in between switching my uniforms from the washer to the dryer. I bought the van in July and got home in October. And since October, I've been traveling the country and seeing new things. I love having the freedom to just pick up and go, especially when my family is scattered around the country. It's great to be able to just take my whole house. I never have to pack anything and we can just go. My Abram can come. I don't have to worry about putting him on a plane. We just get up and go wherever we want. Welcome to my dinette. I have a table that actually folds down and goes completely against my bed. And these two chairs are doubling as storage. This one holds pretty much all my sweatpants and warm clothes. This one holds my shoes. So there's a lot of storage in each of these. Over here I have my solar panel that tells me how much battery power I have left. I have 200 amp hours of lithium and a 2000 watt inverter, and that all runs off of 400 watts of solar power. So I have a decoration up here. It says "Live Simply." My best friend got that for me for a birthday, and I think it's perfect for this van because first, accidentally it matches my bedding and decor, but also I love it because this van, while it's beautiful and it does everything I need it to do, it's just very simple. Like it has my necessities and that's it. I love the openness of this space because I can just sit here and enjoy whatever view is wherever I'm parked, and I love it. This is my bed. It's memory foam and it's sectioned into 3 different pieces and it's very comfortable. I keep all of my clothes up here in these 3 cabinets. They click in when I close them, so when I drive, they never pop open. I have reading lights here in my bed. They have USB charging ports underneath, so I can charge my phone from the reading lamp. And I don't have to have my solar battery turned on for that. I can just plug it in anytime and they work. One of my favorite parts about this bed is I can just open up my back doors and enjoy the view. And Abram loves it too because he just lays here and enjoys the breeze as it comes in. If it's a little warmer out that day, it really keeps it cool in here because there's always a breeze constantly flowing. And on the colder days, I have my heated blankets that I can plug into this outlet right here. It's super convenient and it keeps me comfortable throughout the entire night, but usually when it's probably in the 20s, 30s, it's a little difficult to get out of bed in the morning, but I usually just run over to the driver's seat and turn the van on, crank the heat, and then get under the covers again until it's warm. I do multiple things for income while I'm on the road. One of them is being a tutor for kids while they're in school and at home. I can log into my computer and meet them for our sessions, and that's one way I make money. Another is I'm a soldier in the Army National Guard, and every month I have to head back to Pennsylvania and do our training for the year. Recently, I started studying as a copywriter, so soon I plan to be making a full-time income just by being a freelance copywriter. I'm really excited about starting my journey as a freelance copywriter because I've always loved writing in high school and college, and so it's always been a hobby of mine, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to put that skill to use in order to make money to keep living the lifestyle that I want to live. So since I've started van life, something that frequently is happening to me that I never would have guessed. People come up to me or they comment on stuff on social media and they're like, "You're living the dream," or you're living my dream. And I'm like, hold up. I'm living my dream. This is my dream. I'm doing what I want to do. And it takes me aback because I'm like, what's stopping you? If this is your dream, if this is what you think the dream is, why aren't you doing it? So if that's you, if you have seen van life or RV life, just living on the road in general, that lifestyle, and you think it's a dream that you would like to carry out one day, I would say just do it. Like that's all it takes, is making that decision to jump in and say, this is what I'm gonna do. This is where I'm gonna live. This is the lifestyle that I'm gonna lead. And once you make that decision, there's not really any turning back. And a big part of that decision is actually buying your vehicle, whether you plan to build that or buy one that's already built. Once you make that decision, it's kind of hard to go back. So if you're interested in living this life, listen to podcasts, read stuff online. There's so much information out there that you can use. So if you're thinking about this, just jump in, make that decision, and then figure out what it is that you have to do to sustain this lifestyle and go with it. Another great place in the van that I use as storage is above the driver and passenger seat, and I found these perfect boxes at Five Below that slide in and out of here, and I keep some fun stuff in here, my books, games, some more dishes, Abram's treats stay up here, and some of my cleaning supplies. So there's a whole lot of space up here that I use as storage. Welcome to my garage. This is where I keep all the stuff that I don't really need access to frequently throughout the day. So this is my hose. I have a little outdoor shower here, and mostly I use this to give Abram baths, which is super convenient after the dog park when he's running in the water, getting muddy, has sand all through him, and I don't want to let him back in the van until he's nice and clean. This is my hose that I use to fill my water tank that's underneath my bed, and the port that lets the water in is over here on the side of the van. One of our favorite things to do when we're exploring new parts of the country is to check out hiking trails, and that's when I strap my ruck on for a little extra training while we're on the road, and that's how I get a lot of my exercise. Abram loves having all of his toys with us when we're on the road, especially when we're in the van for long hours driving and he's confined to one area. We like to get out at rest stops and play fetch or tug of war. So yeah, definitely have to have a good bit of toys for him on the road. This is also a great space for everything extra that I have that can be stowed away for a while that I know that I'll need eventually, but not right now. So I have extra paint supplies that I use because I love to paint as a hobby, and extra vitamins and supplements so that when I run out, I can replace what I have in the van from back here. This is also where my solar battery lives and my car battery that gets charged by the alternator. So this is the powerhouse back here, and that's my garage. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to keep following along and seeing what I do, follow my Instagram. It's Rough Routes Living, RUFFROUTES Living, LIVING. And if you're interested in taking on this lifestyle and you think that van life would be living the dream, I would highly recommend following Vava Vans, VAVAVANS, and get started talking with them. They do personalized builds, so you can walk through every single step of the way with them and design your van exactly how you want it to be.